Mr. Smith's Corner.
Hey boys and girls, how you doing? I just want to review kind of what we've been talking about in kindergarten and first grade and what you see up here. What book did we read? Well, a lot of my classes have been reading The Jazz Fly. Do you remember? The Jazz Fly. And when we read it together, we said that we could speak jazz, like the Jazz Fly. Remember? We said, a-za-ba-za-boo, za-ba-zee-za-ronnie. Yeah, jazz. That's right. We're speaking jazz. Let's try it one more time. My turn, your turn. A-za-ba-za-boo, za-ba-zee-za-ronnie. Yeah, good job. Now, if you are at home and you have access to a YouTube link, I'll just go right here and say that there is a link to the Jazz Fly. All you do is type in the story time, The Jazz Fly, by the author, Matthew Golub, and he will read to you The Jazz Fly, which is really cool. You can read it again as many times as you want. And we've been talking about, of course, this famous guy. His name was what? Do you remember? Remember what his name was? That's right, Louis Armstrong. And he played what instrument? That's right, he played the trumpet, which is part of what family? No, not the string family. The trumpet, part of no, not the percussion family. Part of the brass family, which of course, there are families of instruments. Instruments live in families, just like you do and I do. And this is part of the brass family. Do you remember Louis Armstrong's nickname? Yes, Satchmo. It was Satchmo. What was his other name? Someone said it out there. Pops. You remember? If he was walking down the street and you said, "Hey, Satchmo," he'd probably turn to you and be like, "Hi, boys and girls. My name's Satchmo, and I'm coming to you." So, we've been talking about Louis Armstrong and jazz music and how cool jazz music is. What city did it start in, by the way? Big city. No, not New York. No, not the state of North Carolina. And definitely not the North Pole. New Orleans, Louisiana. Satchmo pops himself jazz music. And when we were talking about the Jazz Fly, we were talking about speaking jazz, right? We were talking about speaking jazz. And jazz, what do you call that when you sing words that don't make any sense at all? Well, you call that scat music. Everyone say scat. That's right. Say it again. Scat. It's like a cat with an S in front, like a scat cat, like you're a scat cat. Anyway, and you just make up words. And man, you can turn on some instrumental jazz, find a good jazz song with no words, and man, you can just scat all over town. Oh, you want to practice right now? Some scat music? All right. So it doesn't have to make sense, but it just has to fit the music, right? Kind of have to feel it. We'll talk to you soon, this little review, and we'll come right back at you.
Mr. Smith's Corner.